We can get it on, you know. Come on. Just cause you with Pop don't mean you bad. Well, maybe you are. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Here, is this looking too funny for you? Okay, this is the guy that was talking to you, not this guy. Right now, I'm making some water bottle cap beads. Water bottle cap beads. There's water bottle caps inside of these beads. I cover them with clay. And it's polymer clay called Sculpey and Fimo. This happens to be Sculpey. It's all colored clay. It's no paint. PVC, polygon chloride. Bakes in a toaster oven at 300 degrees, 200 degrees for 10 minutes. I said 300 and 200 because it's according to what your application is. You might not want to use so much heat, so sometimes you lower the heat and just give it a few more seconds of time. Mm-hmm. But it hardens just like a plastic, sort of like plastic rubber. And I've made a fortune using this clay in the past. So these beads are going to Kenya, Africa, to be samples so that they can make them in a village in Kenya.
That could increase their income out there, huh?
Exactly. You don't need many tools to use this. Most of it's manipulation with your fingers. I've been working with this clay since 1991.
Is there a specific brand that you prefer, or?
Well, that was the term Sculpey and Fimo. They're the two different brand names. Sculpey is soft, pre-softened. Fimo used to not be pre-softened, but now they sort of popped up with Sculpey because people were complaining that it was hard to knead the clay. You have to knead the clay before you get started. So this is pre-softened, where some are very hard and you have to really go through a kneading process. I used to put it in a plastic bag and beat it up with a hammer. What I'm doing now is making a spiral tube, like a wire, with two different colors to create a design. And the clay sticks to each other very easily. You can use a paper surface to work on because the clay will not stick to paper. I use a mirror surface to work on usually because it's very hard and rigid, so you'll get a smooth finish on the clay. The clay has a matte finish when it's baked. It doesn't shine. You have to put a glaze on it. I suggest use a water-based glaze, not a oil-based glaze, because some oil bases never dry on this clay. It has a chemical effect. The clay is slightly toxic when it's a clay form, but once it's baked, it's okay. If you bake it in a toaster oven, you don't want to bake any food in that oven any longer. So I buy toaster ovens from the flea market or something, and that way I don't have to worry about using that toaster oven for baking. There's the toaster oven over there.
Very high classy.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
just flipped it on you. What happened?
Well, now I'm taking the last bits of clay I mixed together, make little swirly beads out of it, so there's no waste.
Which is the whole concept of the bead anyway.
That way, you have all this matching stuff that you can mix and match together. And I put the holes in them later after they harden. I can drill a hole in them. That way I don't have to distort the shape of it.
So they'll be so hard that you have to drill.
Now we're going to take it to the oven, which is 200 degrees. We're going to bake it for 10 minutes. They'll be done. Sometimes you can do it. Ready for flavor. I have no feeling in the tips of my fingers.
Is that because you're doing it for so long?
So now they're hardened and done. They just have to cool off. You can glaze them. I usually don't glaze them, but you can. These little beads, I'm gonna drill holes in them. I didn't put holes in them with a nail because that distorts them, so put the holes in afterwards. That's it. They're little wheels for cars. I'm gonna actually make a car out of this stuff and make them as tires.
That was a good lesson for the day.